Game 7 of the 1995 World Series. Coming up to bat first is Kenny Lofton. So you won't see any dice rolls because I played the first 2 innings and then OBS shut down on me. So I do have the box score, so I'll be going by that. So Kenny Lofton, the shortstop, a hard grounder to shortstop. Belliard picks it up, fires it over to McGriff for the first out. Homer Vizquel up now, and he's going to hit a line shot over to right field for the second out. Baerga up now, and he's going to hit a single over to left field, so he'll be on with 2 outs. Albert Bell up to bat, and he's going to get a walk. That's going to move Vizquel over to second. Man on first to second now. Eddie Murray up to bat, and he hits a fly out to David Justice over in right field for the third out. So Cleveland leads us stranded runners on first and second as we go to the bottom now. Marquise Grissom up to bat, and he's going to hit a double over to left center field, and he's going to be in scoring position for Mark Lemke coming up to bat now. Mark Lemke up to bat. Got Marquise Grissom on second base in scoring position. And he's going to hit a hard grounder to second base. Baerga picks it up, fires it over to first, and Marquise Grissom moves over to third base with 1 out. Chipper Jones up now. He's going to hit a high fly to center field. And that's going to bring in Marquise Grissom. He's going to tag up the score. That's going to make it 1-0 Atlanta. Fred McGriff up now. And he's going to strike out. And that's going to be the third out of the inning. And after 1, Atlanta's leading 1-0. Right, Jim Thome up. Smoltz is still on the mound. And he's going to strike out for the first out. Manny Ramirez up. And he's going to hit a hard grounder to shortstop. Belliard picks it up, fires to McGriff. Sandy Alomar up now. He's going to hit infielder range. He's going to hit it right back to the pitcher. Smoltz picks it up, fires to McGriff for the third out. David Justice up the bat. He's going to hit a high fly to center field. Lofton's under it for the easy catch. Ryan Klesko up the bat now. And he's going to hit a single over to left field. Javi Lopez up now. And he's going to hit a single over to right field. That's going to be it. Put a man on first and second now. Belliard up the bat now. And he's going to hit a high fly out to deep center. And that's going to move Klesko over to third base with a man on third and first now for Atlanta. All right, we got the dice roller back going now. So you see that the rest of the way. So John Smoltz is up. He's been using that card 1. Rolls a 374. That will be a strikeout to end the inning. All right, Nagy's up the bat. 845. That's going to be a strikeout. Brings up Kenny Lofton again. He rolls a 476. That's going to be a high fly to center field. Grissom's under it for the easy out. That's 2 down. And we got Homer Vizquel up now. He rolls a 300. That's going to be a base on balls. Carlos Baerga up. 126. And that's going to be a hard grounder to second base. With 2 outs, that's going to be a 4-3 put out. Bottom of the third. We got Grissom up, 833. That'll be a strikeout. Mark Lemke up. Rolls a 326. That's going to be another K. 2 down. Chipper Jones up. Rolls a 243. That will be a base on balls. Fred McGriff. 318. That's going to be another base on balls. 2 men on, 1 out. Brings David Justice up to the plate. Rolls a 96. That's going to be a hard grounder to second base. Hard grounder. Well, infield range chart, we're knowing 95. I believe the infield is going to be playing in. So it'll be the 51 through the 99 down here. It's a hard grounder, so what's going to happen? That'll be a 4-2-3 double play to end the inning. And the Cleveland Indians get out of trouble. Top of the 5th and the 4th inning, Cleveland scored a run to tie it up. Nagy's up to bat. Rolled a 902. That will be a strikeout for the first out. Kenny Lofton up now. It's going to be an infielder range. Okay, Lofton's a left spray hitter. Roll the first 2 die, you get a 0-6. Down the line. Okay, McGriff has a B. Roll a 24. That's going to be down the line. Dive and stop. Fielder makes a dive and stop and gets the batter by a step. Batter out at first. Runner advance 1 base. So that'd be the second out. Brings up Vizquel. 437. That's going to be a high fly to center field. That'd be the third out. And after the top of the 5th, still 1-1. Mark Lemke up. 102. That'd be a hard grounder to second base for the first out. Chipper Jones back up. 414. That's going to be a routine grounder to second base. And that's 2 down now here in the bottom of the 5th. Fred McGriff now. 228. That's going to be a long fly out to center field. Maierga up again. 157. That'll be a double to left center field here in the top of the 7th. And Cleveland gets their first base runner on here in scoring position with no outs. Albert Bell up now. 367. And that will be a strikeout for the first out. He wasn't able to move the runner over. Eddie Murray now. 628. That'll be a high fly out to center field. And that won't move Maierga over to third. So 2 batters down now that couldn't move the runner over to third base with 2 outs. That brings up Jim Thome. 178. That's going to be a long fly out to center field for the third out. And Cleveland strands the runner on second base here in the top of the 7th. David Justice up. 424. That's going to be a pop-up to the shortstop for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. Klesko up. 921. That will be a base on balls for their first runner in this inning. Brings Lopez up. 659. That will be a double to right center field. That's going to move Klesko over to third base with 1 out. Rafael Belliard up, 101, with a man on second and third, 1 out. That's going to be a hard grounder to shortstop. Okay, a hard grounder to shortstop with the infield playing in. So we roll the 2 die, get an 87, so it falls in the hard grounder. Runner on third base holds. So that'll be a 6-3 put out with the base runners holding on third and second with 2 down. All right, Atlanta's going to bring in a pinch hitter now for Smoltz. Try to get one of these runs in. That's going to be Charlie O'Brien. He's got excellent power, gets a righty. 636. That'll be off the pitcher's card against a righty. That's going to be a slow grounder over to third base for the easy out. And that's going to get Nagy out of the inning with no harm done. And after 6, it's still 1-1. Okay, we jump to the bottom of the 7th. Forgot to hit record for the top. No runs were scored. Marquise Grissom wrote a 16, so that'd be on the error chart. So we got to roll to find out who the error is on. And it's a 4. And I forgot to move the screen down. Okay, so the error is going to be on the error checks on the second baseman. He wrote a 26. Which is going to be a bobbled ball. So it's basically going to be an error in Marquise Grissom. It will be on first base. Okay, Mark Lemke up. Rolls a 55. We're going to do another error check. Right, we'll roll and see who it is. And we get a 2. So that's going to be on the catcher. And Alemar's got a 10 for error rated. Okay, back to the chart. Looking at the 10. On the catcher, we get a 99. And I didn't move it up. And that's going to be a pop-up to the catcher for the first out. All right, Chipper Jones up with 1 down. 624. That's going to be a high fly to the center field for the second out. Fred McGriff up. 2 down. Throws a 660. That's going to be a single to center field. That's going to move Marquise Grissom up to second with a man now on first and second. David Justice up. Throws a 482. That's going to be a high fly to center field for the third out. And Atlanta strands more base runners in scoring position again. Could come back and haunt them. And that's the end of the 7th inning. 1-1. Top of the 8th. Kenny Lofton up. 6:39. That's going to be a high fly to center field for the first out. Omer Vizquel now. 2:46. And Greg McMichael's in there pitching. That's going to be a routine grounder to first base for the second out here. The top of the 8th. Baerga, 4:38. That's going to be a high fly to center field for the third out. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th now. 1-1. Ryan Klesko up to bat. 264. Julian Taveras is in for Cleveland pitching. Routine grounder to first base for the first out. Javi Lopez now. 127. Hard grounder to shortstop for the second out here in the 8th. Belliard up the bat now. 8:33. That's going to be a strikeout for the third out. And we're going to the top of the 9th, tied 1-1. Albert Bell up to bat. He rolls 120. That's going to be a hard grounder to shortstop for the first out here in the top of the 9th. Alejandro Pena shut him down to keep the score even. Eddie Murray up to bat. 299. And that's going to be a shot out to right field. Klesko looking up at the wall. It's a home run. Murray has just broke the game open, putting pressure on Atlanta now. They're up 2-1 here in the 9th. Tomey up to bat now. 5:38. That's going to be an outfielder range. Okay, road 2 die. Get a 96. He's a left spray hitter. That's going to be a blooper to the second baseman. That's going to be Belliard. Looks like he has an A for his range. So let's go check that out. So blooper, the A range 0 to 99. Basically going to be a running catch, easy out. That's going to be the second out of the day here in the top of the 9th. Right, Manny Ramirez now. 2 down. 861. That's going to be a strikeout on Manny. And we're going to the bottom of the 9th now with Cleveland leading 2-1. Cleveland's brought in their closer, Jose Mesa. Atlanta brought in Polonia to pitch hit, 827. He's a lefty. That's going to be a strikeout for the first out here in the bottom of the 9th. 2 outs to go. Can Atlanta tie it up or take the lead to win the World Series? Marquise Grissom, 280. That's going to be a base on balls. So they get their runner on. The tying runs on first. Hey, Mark Lemke, 688. 1 out. That's going to be a slow grounder to second base. They pick it up. Fired over to second for the force out. So Lemke's on first base. Chipper Jones up. 785. That is going to be a strikeout. And that will be the third out. And Cleveland is your 1995 World Series champions.